So next is question number 121. What amount of energy is released when glucose from glucose during lactic acid fermentation? Is it 15% approximately, more than 18%, about 10%, or less than 7%? Obviously less than 7%. Identify the correct set of statements. Another big question. So in this type of questions, see, these are actually easy right from NCERT, but you have to keep your mind cool. So let's do the statement first. The leaflets are modified into pointed hard thorns in citrus and bougainvillea. Is not a correct statement. NCERT, not NCERT line. Okay. Axillary buds from slender and spirally coiled tendrils in cucumber and pumpkin. NCERT line. Stems is flattened and fleshy in opuntia and modified to perform functions of leaves. NCERT line. D is rhizophora, shows vertically upward growing roots with that help to get oxygen for respiration. NCERT line. Sub-aerially growing stems in grasses and strawberry helps in vegetative propagation. NCERT line. So except A, both from option B to E all are correct. So the right is option 3. Then comes question 123. Hydrocolloids carrageenan is obtained from, again it is rhodophyceae, right? Algin and carrageen. Algin from brown algae, okay, it is Phaeophyceae, and carrageen from red algae, Rhodophyceae. NCERT. Question 124. The device which can remove particulate matter present in the exhaust from a thermal power plant is, it is electrostatic precipitator, right? Question 125. Now again a big question, right? This type of question, it's time consuming but easy, right? This is one of the, I think this paper, this was a very big disadvantage, okay, especially for those who have knowledge. So you basically cannot even leave this question because you will think that, oh my god, I have left easy question, but you see this will consume so much time that you will actually losing 2 to 3 questions in this time frame. Statement 1 is cleistogamous flower are invariably autogamous. Statement 2 is cleistogamy is disadvantageous as there is no chance of cross pollination. So both the statements are from NCERT, so both statement 1 and 2 are correct. Option 1 is the right answer. Question 126. Curdling experiment was performed by plant physiologists to identify plant tissue through which, remember, food is transported. It was done to study phloem, not xylem. Okay, it is again NCERT line. Question 127. Which one of the following plants shows vexillary aestivation and diadelphous stamens? Pisum sativum. If you read NCERT properly, you can find this thing. Question 128. Given below are two statements. One is labeled as assertion and other is labeled as reason. Assertion A. Polymerase chain reaction is used in DNA amplification. Reason R. The ampicillin resistant gene is used as a selectable marker to check the transformation. So we know both the statements are correct from NCERT, but does statement the reason explains your assertion? What is the assertion? That polymerase chain reaction is used in DNA amplification. Do we use polymerase chain reaction for DNA amplification because the ampicillin resistant gene is used as a selectable marker to check transformation? No. So though both the statements are correct, A and B are not related, so thus R is not the correct explanation of A. Then now comes question number 129. The gaseous plant growth regulator is used in plant 2. That means that we are talking about ethylene. So ethylene is, does it speed up the malting process? No. That is gibberellic acid. Helps in overcoming apical dominance. That is given in option 3. No. That is auxins. Kill dicotyledonous weeds in field. No. Against auxin. Then option 2 is the correct. Promote root growth and root hair formation to increase the absorption surface. Right. This option is correct. Now comes question number 130. DNA polymorphism forms the basis of. This you can find in NCERT, but you have to read properly. It is both genetic mapping and DNA fingerprinting, right? So this is the answer of this. Up to now, it is mostly NCERT. Let's see whether we can find anything different. Uh, we'll check that out. Again, a long question. A very long question again. Time consuming one. Again, statement based. So, first statement is the primary CO2 acceptor in C4 plant is phosphenol pyruvate and is found in the mesophyll cells. It is right. Okay. Mesophyll cells of C4 plant lacks Rubisco enzyme in the so definitely they do, and because they do, they can actually fix oxygen at a fix carbon dioxide at a uh, much what to say effective way. So both of statement 1 and 2 are correct statements. Then question number 132. Which one of the following produces nitrogen fixing nodules in the root of Alnus? Frankia, obviously directly another direct line from NCERT. Which of the following is not a method of ex situ conservation? Ex situ means outside the natural environment, right? So it is national parks. Okay, because in national parks it is not outside the natural environment of the organism. Then comes question 134. The process of translation of mRNA to proteins begins as soon as. So this is outside NCERT. I also didn't knew it in my preparation during my preparation of NEET UG. So the small unit of ribosomes encounters mRNA. So then the process starts. So after I uh, went to the medical college, and during my first year I studied biochemistry, and there I learned this. But even if you don't know this type of things, see, this type of one or two questions will come from outside NCERT. Okay, it's better to leave them, and you can leave 10 questions. So this is best to leave them. Question number 135. It's match the following. Manganese. So this is also directly from this nutrition of plant nutrition chapter. Manganese is functions in splitting of water during photosynthesis. Manganese and chlorine. So A is 4. Okay. B is magnesium is activates enzyme of respiration. Correct. Bron required for germination, and iron catalysis enzyme. So 135 option 2 is the correct answer. 136. The entire fleet of buses in Delhi were converted to CNG from diesel. In reference to this, which one of the following statement is false? CNG burns more efficiently than diesel. Of course they do, that's why it was done. The same diesel engine is used in CNG buses, making the cost of conversion low, which is actually false. They had to change it. It is cheaper than diesel. It is true. It cannot be adulterated like diesel because it's a gaseous product. It cannot be. So option 2 is the right answer. Question 137. Given below are two statements. One is labeled assertion A and other is reason. Okay, let's see whether the assertion and reason matches. So question 137. Let's see the assertion and reason. Okay. Pendule's law of independent assortment does not hold good for the genes that are located closely on the same chromosomes. Of course, they won't show any recombination, right? They will show linkages, and thus this law will not hold good. So option A is correct. Reason: closely related genes assort independently, which is an absurd statement to be claimed. So R is wrong. So the answer here will be option 3. Assumption is correct. Reason is totally wrong. Question 138. Again, image from NCERT. I always told my students to please look through the image, go through the image, read what is written under the image. And so actually this brought fruit. So obviously it's a question from fruit, plant reproduction chapter. Which part of the fruit labeled in the diagram figure makes it a false fruit? It's thalamus. Okay, you can get it from NCERT. Question 139. If a geneticist used the blind approach for sequencing the whole genome of an organism, followed by assignment of functions to different species segments, the methodology adopted by him is called as, of course, directly NCERT line, right? It will be sequence annotation. I can even say you the page where you can find it. Molecular basis of inheritance chapter, human genome project. There at the second page only you will find. Express sequence text and sequence annotation both are given side by side. The answer of question number 139 should be sequence annotation. This is option 1. Now let's come to question 140. Which of the following occurs due to the presence of autosome linked dominant trait? Myotonic dystrophy. Now you may ask, see, I have not read it in NCERT. Yes, you have, but you have not read the NCERT properly. It is given below a diagram, okay, in the chapter on genetics, right? Not like the normal genetics one, first chapter. So good. Up to now, only just one question outside NCERT.